Hello all, and I will be brief, unlike when I give my student awards out later. But at the beginning of the school year, myself and my boy back there, Mr. Lawson, love you, JL, all right, we had the idea that we do a really good job here at Harbor High School recognizing all of you guys with this award ceremony and stuff that we do every day. But we had never really done anything to recognize what happens after you leave here. And having gone through the high school process and the college process with all of my kids, you see a lot of schools have academic Hall of Fames and staff Hall of Fames. And we decided that that would be a good idea at Harbor High School. Because when graduation happens in just a couple weeks, everybody thinks that we're closing the chapter on your lives, all right, as a student. But really, we're finished with the prologue. This is the prologue. Zambito, ELA reference, eh? Yeah. All right. This is a prologue. You're just getting started. So we are happy to announce that through a lot of hard work this year, Mr. Lawson and myself, with the help of Mr. Dowker, we are starting a Alumni Hall of Fame and a Staff Hall of Fame, where we're going to recognize people every single year. All right. And today we are going to recognize one alumni and one staff member. All right. I am going to introduce now Miss Emily Blanchard, who's going to come up and introduce our Alumni Hall of Fame first inductee. And I will say, we had so many people to choose from, but it wasn't difficult. The person that we chose as a staff for the Alumni Hall of Fame and for the Staff Hall of Fame were home runs. There was no doubt when we really started talking about it. There were so many good candidates, but these two far and away separated themselves. So, Ms. Blanchard, if you'd like to come up and introduce our first Alumni Hall of Fame member.
Okay, our first inductee into Harbor's most distinguished Hall of Fame graduated with honors after his junior year. He was the salutatorian at commencements. While a student here at Harbor, he was viewed as a leader by students and staff alike, a genuinely kind and compassionate human being. After graduating, he went on to U of M, earning his bachelor's in business administration, major in accounting, minor in economics. And I just found out he's going on to his master's in accounting. Currently, he is the general ledger accountant with Olympia Entertainment, which is a subsidiary of Illich Sports and Entertainment. It is my great privilege to introduce Bailey Duvall.
I just want to address the people who are in the room for me today. I thank you so much for being here. My mom, someone who's like a father to me, my sister, my brother, and in the back, my brother somewhere is out here. I want to say a few words to the students. Just like Mr. Pouliot said, it's just the beginning of what life is. You guys who are graduating are tasting success. You've done it. You've graduated. Now go and spread that onto everything else that you do, because you are successful and you deserve to succeed and more than just graduating high school. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all.
Next up, I'm going to have Mr. Clem introduce our Staff Hall of Fame.
Okay, so I normally don't get really that nervous about speaking publicly, but this one was a really deep honor because there's more qualified people here that could come up and say something. I'm going to present an award to a picture of someone you see on the walls named Ann Edwards. And kind of like the founding fathers, George Washington is like considered to be, many historians to be the indispensable man in the founding of our country. The award that I'm going to give to Ann Edwards present to her children today, and thank you guys for being here, She was like the indispensable woman of this school. You guys all owe a debt to a person you've never met. This place exists in large part due to this woman. And remembering her, I have to say, I remember getting ready to apply for this job and going to the meeting with her. And I had all my teaching jargon all figured out. I had my teaching pedagogy and philosophy all worked out, and getting off the construction site, getting myself cleaned up, going through all the how I'm going to answer all of her tough, penetrating questions and sure what kind of teacher I want to be and what kind of vision I have for education. And I just remember getting into the meeting with her, and about 5 minutes into the meeting, I realized she's not going to ask me anything on any of that. And so I just remember sitting there, realizing within the first 5 minutes I already had the job. But instead, I felt this responsibility on my shoulders. She had a way of, and I think this is really who Ann Edwards was. I think what distinguished Ann from any other principal or administrator or educator I've ever seen, she had this ability to summon every person, staff, student alike, to their greatest potential. And she was a huge advocate of personal responsibility. She invented the Come to Jesus meeting that we have at Harbor. Whenever we get to kids that are struggling and not producing at the best that we know they can, and there are issues with discipline or academic issues, Ann Edwards would have a Come to Jesus meeting. And her most famous line that I carry with me, I never forget it, is she would look at every kid and say to them, the choices you make tell us what it is you want. And then she would look at them and say, your choices are telling us you don't want to be here, or you're not working to your potential, or you can do better than what you're doing. And that's not just something like, I was like, wow, that's a great comeback line. I can use that on kids. That's, no, you can't. Only Ann Edwards could ever use that line because the kids all knew how much she loved them, but she was hard as nails and expected the best. So I want to present this award to Ann Edwards, and receiving that award is her son Michael and her daughter Lindsay.
Well, thank you. That was very, very nice. I really appreciate you finding me, tracking me down, reaching out to us and inviting us to come. So you're all too young to have known my mom. My kids are actually almost your age, which is also really terrifying to say that out loud. But she loved this place. She really did. She kind of taught me and taught us, I think, the meaning of hard work and what it meant to really believe in something and do what you love to do and to see it impact everybody. She believed in the students. She loved the people she worked with. I mean, most of them. I can't, I don't know. We're going to say, I'm just kidding. No, she just loved what she did, and she really believed in this place. And we were talking on the phone a couple months ago, it's surprisingly emotional for me to come in, different building, different people. It's different, but there's this undercurrent of familiarity that flows through all of it. Even the bell going off while you were speaking, there's just this kind of undercurrent of fun and loosely controlled chaos, but kind of a seriousness that's underneath, and that was just my mom and our mom to a T. So the fact that she would be acknowledged and recognized here, I think just would have just meant so much to her. It would have made her extremely happy. I think the fact that 14 years after she stopped teaching, that you're all out here working really hard, graduating. This place continues to just grow and thrive, and there's this undercurrent of what she started. I think that really would have meant the world to her. So I really appreciate you letting us crash your party and inviting us to come and accept this on her behalf. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Congrats to all of you. You made it. And I'll turn it back over. Thank you. I appreciate it.